Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different for my channel, but it's something that I wanted to talk about, and that's because we always talk about simplifying and getting things organized, like your house and your family and your life, but one thing that I did not talk about is your actual body. And that's because I've always struggled with making sure that I stay on top of my health and fitness. But recently, I lost a significant amount of weight. It was about 25 pounds in 4 months. And so I wanted to jump on here and discuss the things that I did to make this process a little bit easier. Now, I will be talking a little bit about what I did specifically, but I feel like there are so many videos out there on YouTube that's talking about what to do exactly to lose weight. I wanted to focus on the things that I did that made the process easier. But first, if you're new around here, hi, my name is Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Basically, all the things that make your life a little simpler. If that interests you, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, as I would love for you to be a part of our little family. So now let's jump into the 10 things that I did that made my weight loss process a little bit easier. The first tip is for all of my natural girls out there, and that is I figured out what I was going to do with my natural hair. I've been natural for about 7 years now, and one thing that I have struggled with majorly was working out and then trying to figure out my hair after I worked out. I would either have to wash it multiple times throughout the week, then I would have to twist it and curl it and do a whole bunch of stuff that was just taking up so much of my time. So the main thing that I did is I started wearing wigs. And that brings me into today's sponsor, who is Megalith Hair. They were so kind to send over the wig that I have on today, and I have been loving this unit. I've been wearing this wig for about a month now. I did a video when I first got it. I will link that video above if you want to catch that one too. But this unit has been amazing. It was installed by my friend and fellow YouTuber Alex K, and she was able to wash, bleach the knots, straighten the hair, curl the hair with no issues at all. And probably the best part about this hair is that it is not expensive, because y'all know I am not spending $400 for hair. So if you are starting your workout journey and you are into wigs like I am, make sure that you check the description box, as I will have a discount code there to Megalith Hair. Tip number 2, make it easy to work out. One thing that I would do is wear my workout clothes to bed and keep my shoes nearby. So then as soon as I woke up, all I had to do is jump out of bed, put on my shoes, and be out the door. This didn't give me any time to think about how tired I was or make the excuse that I couldn't go because I couldn't find my sports bra. If you don't like to sleep with that many clothes on, another thing that you can do is keep your workout clothes right next to the bed so that you can easily jump into them and then head out. Tip number 3 is to have a plan B for your workout routine. I'm an entrepreneur. I work in ministry. I have a husband and 2 kids. Things definitely come up. I remember being on my way to the gym one day when the school called and told me my daughter wasn't feeling well. So I had to skip the gym and go pick her up instead. But I also had home workouts stored in my phone. So after I got her settled and made sure that she was comfortable, I was still able to do a home workout and not lose a day or feel guilty. Tip number 4 is to have a workout that you enjoy doing. Now, we all have these days where we're just not gonna feel like working out and you have to push through anyway. But if you have one of those days where the thought of working out is so unbearable, one thing that you can do is try and do an activity that you actually enjoy. Go ride your bike, go skating, or do what I do and dance. When I don't feel like going to the gym or lifting weights or doing any of that other technical stuff, the main thing that I would do is just turn on some music and just move around. That way I'm still kind of working out and getting some activity in, and I'm being a little lenient on myself so I'm not always forcing myself to do something that I don't feel like doing. Tip number 5 is to have a list of 10 go-to meals. This one is for all of my people out there who may not enjoy cooking and don't like to meal prep. So if you've been a follower on this channel for quite some time, then you probably know by now that I do not enjoy cooking. So one thing that I did to make sure that I stayed on top of my eating and I wasn't falling back and eating junk is have a list of 10 meals 10 go-to meals that I put in rotation for the entire 4 months that I was actively losing weight. These were very simple meals like crab cakes and broccoli and tuna salad, just things that I kept in rotation and I always had on hand so that I wouldn't slip back into eating what things that I know I shouldn't be eating. If you want to see a list of my 10 meals, I will have them in the description box below. Now, I will say this, I was on the keto diet during the entire 4 months, and if you don't know anything about the keto diet, there are a bunch of videos here on YouTube. I will link some of my favorites in the description box also, so just keep that in mind when you're looking at the 10 meals that I had on my list. Tip number 6 is to have an accountability partner. My husband was my accountability partner, and this helped me out so much on those days when I just was over it. If I was feeling down, if the scale wasn't moving fast enough, or if I just wasn't inspired to work out, it was great to talk to my husband so that he would keep me motivated and keep me focused on my goals. It's great to have someone to talk to, but it's even better if you have someone that you actually work out with. So keep that in mind when picking your accountability partner. Tip number 7 is to try intermittent fasting. Now, I didn't do this as soon as I started my weight loss journey. It was probably like a month and a half in, but I added on intermittent fasting along with the keto diet. If you've never heard of intermittent fasting, there are a bunch of videos here on YouTube about it. I will link some of them in the description box below, but it is basically when you eat between only a certain time frame throughout the course of the day. My eating time frame was from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., meaning outside of that time, I would only have water, black coffee, or plain tea. I felt like intermittent fasting definitely kicked it up a notch. I went from losing like 1 pound a week to 2.5, 3 pounds a week. So give it a try. Tip number 8 is for all of those out there who have a sweet tooth, who need some type of chocolate or sugar in your life, and that is to have healthy desserts. So here are the desserts that I ate a lot during my keto journey. The bag is already open, that's why I'm holding it like this. But they are the Russell Stover's Pecan Delights. They're the sugar-free kind. They're probably not the most keto-friendly dessert, but whenever I needed something, these definitely helped. I would only eat 2 pieces. They're like pretty small, but I would only eat 2 pieces of these as just a snack, just to satisfy my sweet tooth, just so that I would get over it. But whatever you choose, have something. These were it for me. It probably slowed down my weight loss a little bit, but it did not crash my diet completely, and I absolutely love them. So try them out. Tip number 9 is to not get too caught up on the scale. After 2 months into my journey, I had lost about 15 pounds at the time, and then the scale started to stall. This was probably the most discouraged I had been because I was still 10 pounds away from my goal, and the scale just would not move. My husband definitely kept me encouraged, but one thing that I had to do is stop getting on the scale just for a little bit, so that I can just stay motivated and stay encouraged. You can't always go by the scale because you could still be making progress even though the scale is not moving. One great way to know without looking at the scale is to feel it in your clothing. So even though the scale wasn't moving, my body was still letting me know that I was making progress. So stay focused, keep pushing, and don't go by that scale. And tip number 10 is to repeat until you reach your goal. Rinse and repeat. Keep doing steps 1 through 9 until you reach your goal. These were the tips that I used that made just the process a little bit easier for me. I found that as long as I kept doing these things, I was able to reach my goal in 4 months, and I wish you the best of luck in the world. If you are on a weight loss journey, definitely let me know how it's going for you. Put it in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about it. Hopefully we can like share things between each other. I'm not a weight loss trainer or a fitness person by no means, but I feel like if it's worked for me, it can work for anyone. Thank you again to Megalith Hair for sponsoring this video. I truly, truly love it. Y'all make sure that y'all check them out in the description box below, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, keep organizing your life. so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.